So I'm having a chat with Ben Goldsmith. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Not too bad, thanks so much. So we've been playing a single of yours called Crazy. Tell us a bit
Yes.
about the single.
Well, it kind of came about very spontaneous, the song. I wanted a song, weirdly enough, that started off almost like an opera song, very operatic, and turned into a completely different song because I had this funky melody in my head on the way to a write I was going to write the song with Peter Fenn, and the song just kind of came. I had this idea and I brought it to Peter, and I'm so happy he let us run with it, and he kind of trusted my voice, and we ended up writing the song, and it was just such a vibe, and I love writing with Peter, and I'm happy it's out.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's off your brand new record, the start of something beautiful. What can we expect to hear on the record?
I think there's a bunch of different vibes and sounds. I recorded my first record in a very contained environment with someone I really trust. His name's Brad Jones, and um, but I knew the second record I did had to be completely different. And every artist has their own evolution, and I wanted to work with more people and meet different people and discover different sounds. So I think when you listen to the record, almost think of it almost like a live show or something, or like with like a roller coaster effect. I really wanted to have different like vibes and genres and up tempos, ballads, soul songs, rock songs, folk songs. I wanted it to be as multidimensional as possible. So yeah, but that's what I'll give the listener.
Yeah, nice, nice. And the sound that you've made with this record, was it the sound you wanted to make, or is it simply how it turned out while you were recording it?
I didn't really go in with like, oh, I'm gonna go for this sonic quality or you know any specific preconceived thoughts. I just wrote the songs and let them be what they wanted to be, and I'm happy they turned out the way they did. It was very just kind of letting the songs do the talking, and um, yeah, I'm happy how the sonic quality came out.
Yeah, I can well imagine, and I'm sure you wrote more than what made it onto this record. What happens to those now? Do you consider them again next time round, or are you going to bin them off and start again?
It always depends. I've been writing for, you know, this batch of tunes was about a year and a half, and I've got some more music coming on the way. But yes, it always depends on the song and the vibe for it.
Yeah, great stuff. And I'd like to talk a bit about the writing side of things as well. So for you, how do tracks normally start off?
Oh, and like songs,
Yeah,
um, it used to start off one specific way, and that way is just like start mumbling words and melodies and stuff like that. As I've just been writing more and more, it'll happen in various ways. It'll maybe be like a melody in my head that I'll start singing, or maybe it'll be a concept, or like treetops, like that was a concept of if we live on forever. Um, so it happens in various ways. I'd say the most constant is starting off with a melody for sure, though.
yeah, nice. And when it comes to the lyrics side of things, how easy do you find it to create the lyrics to the music and the melody you
Oh man,
create?
sometimes it can be so easy, and then other times I will be in a rut and it'll take me a long time. I really try. I mean, I'm 18 now, but when I was starting off as a songwriter, like when I was 12 or 13, writing my worst songs ever, um, I really would think too hard about lyrics, and I think because of that, I would get myself in these mini like writer blocks, and um, I just try not to think too much about it and just write stuff. And I think because of that, it doesn't usually take me more than like 4 or 5 hours if I'm like in a bit of a rut. But I'll tend to just try and write spontaneous and run with my thoughts. So usually the lyrics don't take too long. If I'm in the right headspace.
And are you the sort of person that likes to make notes and have little lyric ideas written down, or is it always in the moment for you?
I'd say more often it's in the moment for me. Um, because if I'm writing a song most of the time, and if I'm championing an idea, I tend to be just really feeling it and trying to be in that headspace of the thought and what I'm trying to convey in the lyric. Um, but sometimes sometimes it'll take me a minute, but yeah, it's more in the room stuff.
Yeah, nice. And as you're still fairly new to the music industry, do you think you've now found the sound you want and the sound you want to create, or is there many more things that you want to try to see if they work for you?
Oh man, I feel like in terms of like discovering sonic territory, um, I am just I'm just getting started in terms of like I think right now I'm happy where I am in terms of what I accomplish with this record, but it's a constant uh evolution and discovery. So I'm just gonna keep evolving, and my sound is just gonna keep changing as I go on with more records and other projects in the future.
Yeah, nice. And people want to see you playing some live shows. What's your plan for doing some shows?
Man, I was just saying this in another interview, but I think playing shows is the most important thing for me as an artist, and I just came and I did 3 months on the road with a band called Sons of the East, and that was incredible. And we played a show at the Reeperbahn in Hamburg, but we're going to be playing more shows in 2025, and that we'll be in Europe doing stuff. We'll be back in the States doing stuff. So we're working on it, and I can't wait for more shows.
Yeah, is it 2025 then going to be the busy touring year for you?
2025.
Nice. Is there anywhere that you've not been to yet that you want to get to and go and play?
Oh man, I would love to go everywhere and play shows. I really am excited I mean, to keep playing more shows in Europe, specifically, but I guess outside of Europe, I really want to play some shows in South America eventually. That's really what I'm excited for. So, yeah,
Great stuff. Ben, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
man, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on, man.